Hello everybody, welcome to Dude with a Fork. My name is Ken. On today's episode of Ken Cooks Stuff, I am making fried rice. I was looking through my old video files and I found this one and I thought, oh, that sounds really good. I should make that again this week, and I probably will. What I love about fried rice is that it lets you use up things that are in your refrigerator. So this is not as much of a recipe as it is a technique. So when you get a bunch of stuff in your refrigerator and there's not enough for an entire meal, whether it's little bits and pieces of vegetables or meat or whatever, make up some rice. The next day, come back, make fried rice. You can add any kind of seasoning you like. I like Chinese seasoning. There's no reason you couldn't put chili powder in here or some kind of Moroccan seasoning or Ethiopian seasoning. All of those things would be delicious. You could even put curry powder in there. So yeah, let's just look at this. Keep in mind, this is an old video. I've kind of come a long way, at least in with regard to my lighting and sound. So let's get started. So I have my ceramic lined stir fry pan sitting here. It's been heating up. I'm going to add a little bit of oil. This is gonna go quickly when it goes. So, and everything's going to go in here and stay in here except for this very first ingredient, which is a beaten egg. And it wasn't as hot as I thought it was. I need to turn the heat up a little bit. Okay, so we're just going to scramble this egg. And I don't know why there's always egg in fried rice. It's just a thing. So there's always a scrambled egg in fried rice. And I'm just putting one in. If you like a lot of scrambled egg, you can put more in. There we go. Now we're getting some heat on there. So I am going to remove this from the pan. Okay, and I'm going to wipe off this edge here just in case I got any oil on the edge. And I'm going to go in with a little bit more oil. And I'm going to start with the hardest item first, which is a carrot. I've got a whole carrot here. I'm probably going to use about half of that. I'll use the other half in soup. And so I'm just going to start cooking these up. Had a little something there, wasn't sure what that was, so. The other ingredients I'm going to put in here, I've got some, and let's see. I've got some red onion that was left over from what am I trying to say? The sweet and sour chicken I made yesterday. So, using that. I still have some of those snow peas, so I sliced those up, and there's probably 5 or 6 there. It started out 7 or 8, but I kept munching on them. I've also got some green onions and some frozen peas, and really fried rice is a great way to just kind of clear out your fridge. If you want to put some celery in here, if you had some green beans, you know, if you've got a partial bag of frozen mixed vegetables and you have no idea what to do with it, it's not enough for another meal, just make some fried rice. It's a great way. You can put anything in here. Normally, I like to put mushrooms in here. Lots and lots of mushrooms. But I don't have any. And also, I'm going to give some of this to a friend of mine who does not like mushrooms. Which I know, weird, right? I mean, that's just odd. I'm starting to think he might be like a communist or maybe from another planet. I don't know. So I am stir frying these. And they're going to cook a little bit more as we get everything else going. I'm going to go in with the onions here. And these peas. And then I also have some frozen peas. So it's peas 2 ways. I'll put those in a little bit later. And I also have some green onions to put on top. So this is going to be pretty green looking. And I'm forgetting an important ingredient. And it's up here under my light. So, where is it? Nope, that isn't it. Oh. I got a bunch of things going to fall on me. Well, there we go. All right, so let's not let anything burn. All right, now I'm going to start going in with my rice here. And this is rice, of course, that we cooked yesterday. And let it sit in the fridge. And I'm just going to start breaking that up. And it works better if you let it come to room temperature. So, and yeah, I probably should have broken this up a little bit before it went in here, but it'll break up easily enough. Kind of doing this in a hurry. Got some other things I need to get done today. The clock's changed for one thing, so the days are a little bit shorter and my timing is off on things. Okay, so I'm just gonna, wait, where did it go? There is an easier way to mash things up. And I'm not mashing, I'm just trying to break these up a little bit. We'll see how much of a mistake that turns out to be. There we go. They just needed some help. Now, of course, if I were doing this in a restaurant, I would be over a gas burner and it would be kicking out about 10,000 BTUs. You just cannot get a home burner that cooks, that puts that much energy out. And so one of the nice things about fried rice is that it, from a restaurant, that it has kind of this smoky feeling to it. So we're gonna have to punt on that one, and I'll show you a little trick on how to get a wee bit of smoky flavor into this. Okay, so as you can see, the rice was pure white, as white as the driven snow, whatever that means. I don't know how, do you drive snow places? I don't know. I think it means like drifted snow. So, not snow that's been sitting around for a while, which is what we end up with in Michigan after a while. So I'm going to go in with my frozen peas. So, see, we'll want to get those heated up a little bit. Probably need just a dash more oil in there. Usually fried rice takes a lot of oil, and I'm trying to be a little bit more health conscious here and see how little oil I can get away with. And this is looking pretty good. The key to stir-fried rice, of course, is stirring. Well, and frying. I mean, you can't make stir-boiled rice. Well, you can make stir-boiled rice. It's just not going to be this. So, I keep breaking up those chunks as we go. I've got this on medium heat. And of course, those onions are delicate, so I'm keeping those moving so they don't burn. Just breaking up any little chunks that I find there. Kind of excited. Starting a new job tomorrow, so this is going to be part of my meal prep for the week. I've got some things in the freezer. Like I said, I'm going to give some of this to a friend of mine. I'm going to have some of this for probably lunch or dinner. I've got some other things in the freezer that I've made and you haven't seen videos of yet. So, okay. Alright, so still getting some little lumps there. There we go. Break up. Break up. Pretend you're the Beatles. Break up. There we go. Alright, so got a couple of different seasonings here, and one of them is far away. The first one is 5 spice powder. Oops. And I want, that's about somewhere north of a 1/4 teaspoon and south of a 1/2 teaspoon. So I'm going to go in there and put just part of that. There's probably about a 1/4 teaspoon there. I'm going to stir that in. And the dominant flavor that you get out of five spice powder is, of course, the star anise, which is one of my favorite tastes in the world. Very, very licorice-like. Okay. The other one that I have is a little bit of cumin, and again, going to go in probably about a 1/4 teaspoon. Okay. Get that stirred in there. Yeah, I know, you're thinking cumin, right? In Chinese food, isn't that usually Mexican food? Well, it's also an Indian food, and India and China are both in Asia, and you know, they were both great traveling civilizations at one point, and you know, word gets around, hey, this is good, try it. And so, you know, you'll find cumin in a lot of different cultures. Actually, we just usually don't think about it. So next to the last thing going in is some soy sauce, and you can hear that hit the bottom. That's probably about a tablespoon. And you know, you can season this with whatever you want. I mean, if you want to make like a Mexican style fried rice and put cumin and garlic. Oh, I should put some garlic in here. I have some granulated garlic here, so I'm just going to sprinkle some of that over it. That's always yummy. And then remember I said we had a little trick for getting some smokiness in here? Wright's liquid smoke. This is good stuff, baby. But very powerful. Very, very powerful stuff. So, oops. What I always do is pour a little bit in a bowl just so that I can have a bit more control over it, because it just comes pouring out of that bottle. And I just need a couple of drops in here. That is it. Okay. So, I'm going to stir this, give this one more stir. We're going to throw our egg back in there. Get in there, buddy. There you go, all of you. Good boy. All right, and break that egg up a little bit. And you know, if you like a lot of egg, put a lot of egg. If you don't like egg, don't put egg. It's your fried rice. So, and I'm going to give this a taste just to see how everything's coming together. That's good. A little bit more soy sauce. And I'm down to the end of that bottle. Grab another fork here. Give it another taste. That's it. That's what we need. So I'm going to give this a stir and get some in a little bowl and put the rest of this in the fridge for the rest of this week. So that's it. Now, I didn't put any meat in here. If you've got some leftover chicken or pork that you want to use up, again, this is a good way to clean out your fridge. In fact, what you can do is make up the rice ahead of time and then just throw the rice in your freezer. And then when you're like, oh, I've got all this stuff in my fridge I need to use up and I have no idea what to do with it, make some fried rice. You won't regret it. So there we go. Fried rice. Fast, easy, one dish meal. Enjoy. And that's it, folks. Thanks so much for watching. I'm so glad that you stuck with it throughout the whole thing, because this is an ancient video, I think from about 3 years ago. I have no idea why I never turned it into a video or why I didn't delete it, but here it is. Anyway, fried rice, super easy to make. It's a technique. It's not a recipe. Just use up what you've got in your fridge. There's no need to get super serious about a shopping list here. Shop in your pantry, shop in your fridge, shop in your freezer. So, thanks so much for watching. If you make this, let me know what you put in it, what kind of seasonings you like. I'd love to hear that. And Until then, stay healthy, eat tasty things, and we'll see you next time. Power to the proletariat.